everybody. I just wanted to finish up last week's video for week 5. I don't think I got to talk about how clinical went. So I actually got to be in the emergency department all day and I loved it. It was so good. I don't know why, but I always thought the emergency department was like traumatic injuries, you know, and turns out I was wrong. So I'm glad that, you know, I got a misconception, not confirmed, but but proved wrong, because I really enjoyed it. It's really fast paced. It kind of reminds me of the many years that I spent working in animal hospitals and the many years I spent working in restaurants kind of combined. So it was really good. It makes the day go by a lot faster when you have a lot to do. So I just had a great day. So I didn't even want to leave when it was time to go to post-conference. I wanted to stay and keep watching. So it was great. And then, so that finishes up week 5. All right, so we're checking in for week 6 now. I'm actually on the way to simulation day. So it's technically our first sim. Today we had to have ready some handwritten medication sheets for our patient, and we had to have done some pre-readings and watch some videos on our patient's condition, which is COPD. So I did a lot of that yesterday, and the rest of the weekend I pretty much spent doing our next pharmacology on respiratory, which will help because kind of, you know, COPD is tied into the respiratory system, of course. So I did that, and I also, what did I do the rest of Saturday? It took me so long. What was it? I think I watched some lectures or whatever it was. I was busy. I was very busy all weekend long. So yeah, so I'm headed to sim day. It should be somewheres around 8 hours or so. So a pretty long day. Could have been longer, so that's good. It looks like it's gonna rain. There are a whole bunch of dark rain clouds on top of us right now. But anyway, so sim day 1 is coming up. I know next week we have an online sim, and then the following week we have another sim day. So it's a very busy February before spring break. And we'll see how it goes. What else? I can't think of anything else that needs to be talked about, because we haven't technically had a sim day. The only other day that we came in that was kind of a simulation was our medication carousel, and that was also on a sim day, but I don't think it's considered a sim. So I mean, it kind of is, because it was simulating medication administration, but yeah, so this is technically the first one. We don't know how it goes, but my group is due to come today, so we'll see how it works out. Hopefully I'm prepared enough. I did try to leave a little early so that I could review things before the sim. I hope I left early enough, because I didn't get to exactly leave when I wanted to, even though I was up at 5:30. So we'll just have to play it by ear and go with the flow, and hopefully it's a good day. I really need some chapstick. I hope I have some in my bag. But anyway, busy week this week, and I will catch up with you guys later. Bye. There's a beautiful sunrise for Wednesday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Hey everybody. Today is Valentine's Day, February 14th. It's Wednesday. It's my lecture day. So where shall I start? Let's start with simulation day on Monday. So it was good, actually. Very different from last semester. We were busy the entire 8 hours. First we had a rotation, but my group, basically, we did some medication administration in one room. And then in another room, we had our simulation patients, and which was a COPD patient. And then that took a long time. And then in another room, we had wound that we had to do a wet to dry dressing on. And we also needed to do a head to toe on a classmates, and turn in a sim chart for that. And then the last thing was VR. So we have VR goggles, and we went in groups to take care of a patient in virtual reality. So pretty cool, actually. I actually really enjoyed the sim. It was a long day, but it's, like I said last week, it's better when it's busy, because then the day goes by faster, I feel like. So yesterday I finished up my clinical reflection journal for sim. And what else? I gotta say, I was super distracted yesterday because tonight I was trying to get things ready for tonight, which is my son's Cub Scout elective adventure. So each of the parents, I mean, this is off topic, not nursing, but each of the parents of the den that my son is in, now that we finished all our required adventures, we're all taking turns leading an elective adventure. So tomorrow, or today, this was yesterday, tomorrow was going to be my day. Today is my day. So I was very, very distracted. I could not even look at schoolwork. And I mean, I hate to say, but maybe my head just needed a break, because I literally do school every single day. I'm either at school or I'm doing assignments for school. So maybe my brain was just like, listen, you just need to stop for a few hours and relax and not do school. So that was all well and good until after dinner, when one of the girls in my class was like, hey, what do we need to know for the quiz tomorrow? And I'm like, huh? What quiz? So apparently, everyone says that there's a quiz today. I personally do not remember anything about last week, them saying that there was going to be a quiz for this week, but everyone else seems to say there is. So I don't know if one of the instructors told their clinical group, or if I just was spaced out. I don't know. I didn't write it down, and I usually write everything down. So, but anyway, so I am going to school early because I was so distracted last night and I just could not look at schoolwork. I mean, I watched some videos on YouTube from like nursing things, but I couldn't look at my papers. So I'm going early in order to look at my papers without the distractions of home. And then I think I have to stay a little late and help out with our Nightingale's nursing group to get stuff ready for our student nurse day, which is next week. So lots going on. We'll have to see how this quiz goes. Last time was kind of meh, and I feel a lot less prepared this time, because last time I at least saw that there was going to be a quiz and spent time studying and stuff. This time I have not. So I'm going to hopefully be able to review all of the PowerPoints and the notes that I took and everything, and hopefully that'll help. I hope it's not terrible. But yeah, so that's where we are. I'm going to go ahead and head out onto the main road, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Bye. Oh, and you guys have a great Valentine's Day. Hey everybody, I had a moment in the car by myself, so I figured I would give an update. So right now it's Thursday, the 15th. So yesterday was a lecture, and remember I was pretty worried about the quiz, because I didn't know we were going to have one. I didn't realize. But, I got to school a little bit, like over an hour before class was to start, and I did get like 30 something minutes or so of review time with my notes, but there was like a lot of notes that I went over, between the PMEs and all of the SurePath and ATI questions, and also PowerPoints. So I didn't get to go through everything. I only got to go through some things. So I wasn't feeling super confident, but what I did remember is that they typically do these quizzes at the end of class. And I was hoping that at some point during class, I'd be able to review additional notes or whatever. So we ended up having a super busy lecture day. We went over the respiratory PowerPoint, and then we spent a cumulative like hour and a half, almost 2 hours, on a group activity on different respiratory diseases and conditions. And so like we were broken up into groups, and we spent a long time researching, writing, and then presenting to the class. And then at the end we had our quiz, and it turned out that it was on all of those respiratory conditions that we had just given, teaching on to our classmates. So I got 100. So that's cool. I think some of the answers were also part of like the PowerPoint lecture. Like not everything was based on the group activity, but it was all respiratory related. So I think like as long as you were like paying pretty good attention to the PowerPoint lecture, and then, pretty good attention to everyone else's teachings, that you probably were going to do okay. So anyway, that was awesome, considering how nervous I was about not being prepared for that. We do know that we have another quiz next week as well, which is our fluid and electrolyte balance lecture and ABGs. So I'm assuming the quiz will probably be on that. I haven't even started to go over that stuff. Tonight I need to review my head to toe assessment, review my cranial nerves, print out the papers that I think I'm going to need for clinical tomorrow. There was another thing. I forget what it is. I don't know. But I do know that I need to be ready to go at clinical. They're in meeting in the parking lot. She said 6:45, so I'm probably going to be there at 6:30. Super early day again. Hopefully we're not there forever. But so that is the update from lecture. I will let you guys know how clinical goes tomorrow. Tomorrow, my plan, I was in observation in the ER last week, which I absolutely loved. But we were supposed to come up with a care plan on a patient, and I saw 20 patients. So I didn't get time with like one specific patient last week in the ER observing. So my goal tomorrow for myself is to have one singular patient that I decide to do my care plan on. It's going to be a last minute thing because it's due on Sunday, but I just haven't had a patient that I could do it on. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to have to work my butt off to get my care plan APA style paper with references and title and all of the patho behind it, get that shipped off with a nursing diagnosis table with interventions. It's going to be a hot mess, y'all. So I'm a little stressed out about how Sunday's going to go, because my husband and I are celebrating our Valentine's Day on Saturday and my belated birthday, which was a month and a half ago, and we never did anything. So that was the day we had set aside to celebrate both of those things. And now I have to make sure that I also complete this huge assignment. So I'm a little stressed out about how that's going to work, but it is what it is. I mean, if I don't have a patient, I can't do a care plan. I'm not going to make it up. Like that, I think that defeats the whole purpose. Like, anyone can make up a care plan. I want to have an actual patient. And I'll just explain that to my instructor tomorrow. But I am going to have to work extra hard to get it done in time and appropriately. But that's tomorrow. So hopefully that ends up being a good day, and hopefully, another nice day at clinical, because I am enjoying it a lot. And I'll catch up with you guys later. Bye. Good morning, everybody. It is 6:15, no sunrise. No point in even showing you just the dark sky. I'm on my way to clinical. This one is a little bit closer than last semester. There actually is a hospital just like 10 minutes from me, right around the corner. But that's not the one I was assigned to. Everyone else was, but not my group, of course. But, it's only 20 minutes, so it's a little bit better than the 30-minute drive of last semester. I came up with a plan for today. I need to make sure I get like a single patient that I can do my care plan report on, and all of my nursing diagnosis information and interventions and whatnot. So I have a lot of printed papers with me, because last week we were able to do some of our work in post-conference, and I wasn't able to because just a warning for anyone who has a iPad or something like that. It's not the best at getting documents to write in, and I don't know if it was just the connection or what, but everyone else with like a regular laptop didn't really seem to have a problem, but mine had a problem. So I wasn't able to get in and do that. So this time I printed the paper, so at least I could write it in and then type it up at home if that happens again. So I'm ready for that. But yeah, my goal today is to get one patient, do all of my work on that one patient. There's a little bunny, and get that out of the way, because that's due Sunday. And last week, everyone else kind of stopped to take the time to work on their patient, and I didn't. I was with a nurse in the ER who is very energetic, and we just didn't stop. Like I said last week when I was there, I mean, it was great. I mean, I saw a lot of their procedure and everything, but everyone else kind of sat down and focused on one patient and did their work, and I was running around. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage there. So I need to make sure that I tell my instructor that today I need to be able to take the time with one patient. So I'm not going to volunteer for a observation assignment. I am just going to stick to the floor, the med-surg floor, so that I can get my work done, and hopefully I'm not missing anything because it'll be too late. I know I have my badge and my stethoscope and my watch. Okay, so I mean, I have all the major stuff regardless. I actually was feeling kind of funny yesterday, and I know there's like stuff going around like colds and COVID and whatnot. Mine was just like an overall feeling of nausea, so it's kind of weird. It was I wouldn't say that it was like on the verge of puking, but I think if I thought about it, I probably would have. So I don't know. I don't feel as bad today as I did yesterday, so hopefully it was just like a temporary thing. but I still feel like a little plugged up for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. Probably stress. Because this care plan is worth a lot. And everyone else is pretty much done with it. And I haven't been able to do... I mean, I could make it up. I could make up, like, the entire thing. You know, all of the assessment and everything. And all of my nursing diagnosis. I probably could, but I don't think that's the point. I think the point is you actually have a patient, a real patient, with this condition, and you come up with a care plan. So because that's the point, I decided to go ahead and, you know, unfortunately have to wait until the last couple of days when it's due to get it done. So that's what I'm doing. But as far as this weekend goes, tomorrow is pretty much shot. It's the day that my husband and I are celebrating my birthday from a month and a half ago, and also our Valentine's Day. We didn't do anything, so it's kind of like our day to celebrate that. So tomorrow is my mental health day because I've just been doing so much schoolwork all the time. Sunday, I'm going to have to get right back into it, and I need to review the lessons in SurePath that they just posted. I need to review the PowerPoint lectures for next week on fluid and electrolytes and acid base, or arterial blood gas, that's what it is. And I need to get back on doing a million assignments. We also have a online sim on Monday, so we kind of have 3 in a row. We had an in-person, then we have an online, and then we have another in-person, you know, for 3 weeks. So I'm gonna have to get that done on Monday. And also I applied for a nurse internship with the hospital, so I need to talk to somebody about that. It's weird because I've been out of work now for a little while. I've never ever in my whole life before I turned 15 or after I turned 15 have been out of work. So you know, I took the time to raise my family, but it's weird because I had never taken time off ever since turning 15 and working my first job. So going back into the workplace, I'm a little nervous. I don't even know how to do an interview anymore. So we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, you know, but the point is that I tried. So yeah, that's where we are. I'm going to focus on getting to my clinical site safely, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll try to update at some point this weekend on how clinical went for today, finish up this week, which is week 6, and then we'll be on to week 7, and we're pretty much halfway done. It's crazy, awesome, but crazy. But so that's where we are, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Bye. Hey everybody, it's actually Tuesday the 20th. So I wanted to finish up the video for last Friday's clinical. So I opted to stay on the floor this time because if you remember, I was in the ER, which I absolutely loved the previous clinical, but the problem is that we were supposed to have been able to have like one patient to focus on for our big assignment, our care plan, and I couldn't do that because in the ER, we were slammed and we went to every single room, and I didn't sit down or stop the whole day. So I didn't get a chance to have that patient, so I absolutely had to stay on med-surg floor this time in order to make sure that I got all the information that I needed to do my assignment, because you know, it's easy to get wrapped up, like when you're really enjoying what you're doing, it's easy to get wrapped up in it and forget what you actually are there to do, which is kind of what happened. And I mean, that's a good problem to have, but at the same time, I'm a student first, so I need to remember that. I need to keep in mind that I'm there to learn but also I need to be able to, you know, speak up and say, hey, I've got assignments that I need to do. This is what I need, blah, blah, blah. So it was a learning lesson. But so the med surge floor was actually interesting too. It wasn't as crazy, obviously, nowhere near as crazy as the ER, but it was still interesting, you know, going in to get, you know, that's pretty much what I did with my nurses. I just got vitals with her, and, you know, watched her administer medications and talk to the patients about, you know, what the plan was for their day and stuff. So that's pretty much what we did. I was able to get all the information I needed for my care plan and my SIM chart, and completed those. And this week now is a super busy week, but I will follow that up with another video. But I wanted to get this one finished up so it can start being put together. And then we will be into week 7. I think we're in week 7. So I'll see you then.